Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Farmville. So yeah, we're supposed to get a snowstorm here in about 2 hours, I think. What time is it? 2 o'clock. Yeah, in about 2 hours here we're supposed to get a snowstorm. So I'm going to go out and try doing some metal detecting on the farm. I don't even know if the ground's frozen, but I don't think so because all the snow melted yesterday, and now we're getting more. But anyway, let's get a big swig of carrot juice and go out there and do some digging. So I left my grenade spray bottle in my car over the winter, and it froze over. Signal number 1 right by the driveway. Polus tabulus is so fabulous. Signal number 2 right by the garage. Ringing up 40 right in the plug, and it is... I don't know yet. Come on, it's gotta be right here. No. Ugh. Yeah, I figured it's with all the grass roots growing through it. Another pull tab. My HVAC is being very loud today, so bear with that. Got a nice signal right here. Jumping a little bit, but nice, fairly high conductive. Let's try this one live. Let's see what it is. Down deeper yet. Knees are getting wet, don't have my knee pads on. Ooh, this might be a bigger target. Whatever it is, it just almost pricked my finger. It is a big piece of aluminum siding. This is where the back of the where the addition was put on, so they moved a lot of building materials around here. I am now over by the crapper and got a 45 signal, but it's like more than 2 inches down, so I don't think it's going to be a modern pull tab. They normally don't sink that deep. Ah, there it is. Found plenty of these in the property. It's a bullet casing. I believe that's a 38 special. I found a lot of these here. Yeah, that's exactly what that is. Bullet casing, on to the next. Outhouse. Pull tab. I am now underneath the overhang of the chicken coop. I forgot I wanted to come in here during the winter because in the summer this place is just completely swarmed with wasps. So I'm looking around here. I found an ice scraper. I found a pull tab right there. Pull tabs everywhere here. And we got something half buried here. I don't know what it is. Also found a piece of a measuring tape. We'll throw that over there. We got this. Let's see what this is. Half-busted bowl of some sort. I don't think that's too old. No, that's not too old. Could be fairly old. Could be 30, 40 years old. But all kinds of stuff over here. I'm going to be using these bricks to make a fireplace. We got some compost and manure. And some bags of concrete, it looks like there. But a lot of iron under here. They used to have a boat under here, the previous owners. There's a tire under there, so we're gonna keep exploring around, see if we can find anything else under here. I found an 1800s button, like in the grass right out there. So you never know. Well, I pushed some hay around, and this signal is pretty much right on top. I just kind of brushed it out right here. Looks like an old fired lead bullet. Now that one's not super old, like Civil War period. This is a more modern lead bullet. But I could have definitely been there for a while, so we're going to throw that in our little pile here. And there's some other pieces of dinnerware and pottery and stuff like that under here. Now that looks like the base of a mug, so I don't think that's too old at all. But yeah, there's stuff under here. I happy. Alrighty, I am on my neighbor's property now, where I have permission to be. Yeah, I'd never come down this far. This big, vast field behind me, there's like, I've tried back here a little bit before, there's like no signals out here, like at all. Just a few iron signals. I found a couple old pieces of farm stuff, but not much back here. My house is, come on, I cannot, man, this is so dirty. Let me clean that off. Much better. There you go. That is my house right above my head there. And I've never looked in this section down by the barn here. My property on this end ends only 2 yards that way from my back deck. So this is all my neighbor's property where I have permission to be. It's not their property. It's my other neighbor that lives up over the hill here that owns all this. And they had cows in here last year, but they're no longer in here. And I'm sure there's all kind of farm equipment in here. This has all been, I think some of this has been churned up over the years. But right now they're just cutting it for hay. And I'm sure there's some farm equipment stuff over there. Who knows, there could be old stuff mixed in. But you can see how it slopes down here. This is where a lot of the old trash would end up, in behind the barn and down the hill. So I'm sure that's like an old garbage pit, which could be good. But anyway, what I'm interested in is there's a bunch of old natural rock all in through this hillside here. And I can picture kids back in the day playing. So that's a possibility. There is a lot of history that goes along with the house that I live in. So one day, maybe today, the snowstorm's coming, we'll slug it out, but I want to climb up to the top of this knob here and see if anybody else has summited the peak and dropped anything up there. I don't know, but I'm going to crawl under the electric fence here and go over there, see if there's anything by these rocks. So I'm going to crawl under the electric fence now, and hopefully I do not get fried. I'm starting to scale the hill now and look around all these natural rocks. They haven't had a single signal yet. We ain't going to give up. I love these trees. I could peel them all day. Oddly satisfying. Ooh. ASMR. Let's get a good one. Okay, so I hope this is something good. This is where I wanted to come. This is the top of rock formation that drops straight down there, and I could picture people sitting up here and standing up here over the years. And I got to the top of it, and I actually have a signal. And it is a big signal. Probably just some farm iron. But maybe, if I'm lucky, somebody buried a jar of coins up here. Alright, well, I'm going to start digging. We'll see what it is. Here it is. Wowzer. Well, that's pretty neat anyway. At least there's stuff up here. Let's set it over here for now. And we'll keep looking. Looks like I found the deer's path up through here. Just all through there. Deer tracks. To the summit we go. So I'm almost to the top. It is beautiful up here. I love the view from up here. My house looks so small from up here. Actually got a really good view of it. But anyway, down behind me here, let's get you turned around. There is this big hole, like a sinkhole right here. I think it's natural, but just in case, I'm going to detect around, see if there's any iron or anything like that. You never know. But the peak, it looks to be right about there. You can see the view from up here. That right in between those two trees, that's my house. Just amazing up here. So I'm going to keep trekking to the top. I have not had any signals the whole way up here from that other rock formation, but there's still hope. Almost there. And ooh-wee, I got a signal. It's gonna be iron though, but this far up the hill, I am dying to know what it is. I'll let you listen to it. Let's get you flipped around here. Alrighty. That's it. Now it's just ground's partially frozen here. Let's get out the pointer. Oh, it was up farther. What is that? Oh! Alrighty. No idea what this is doing up here. Maybe some kind of old property marker or something. I got no idea. You tell me what you think this was used for. up here close to the top of this hill. Alright, so I ain't hauling this around right now. We'll set it by the base of this tree and we'll keep looking. I am now standing on top, the highest point of this hill. And there ain't nothing up here but half frozen cow patties. What a bummer. But I'm gonna keep looking. There's gotta be something up here. But check out the view anyhow. We are up high. And that hill is even a lot higher than this one. But I am at the highest point of this little knob. And my house is right down under there somewhere. And that thing is insanely high. Alrighty. There's the frozen cow patties. I'm gonna keep looking. That big stake was right down over the hill there, so I'm gonna work this edge at the top of this hill and see if we can find anything. From the leaves decomposing over the years, it seems like a lot of the old targets may be way down there, but I'm looking for areas where it's kind of washed out. You can see by the base of this massive old tree here where a lot of the roots are exposed on the back end of it down the hill where it's eroded away. So I'm just going in the crevices in behind these big old trees and just scanning in underneath them to see if there's any targets. But I haven't even been getting any iron signals, so. Can you hear that pileated woodpecker? Oh yeah, he's right in the tree. Let's see if we can zoom on him real quick. Oh yeah, that's a big one. Alrighty, as I was saying, I'm looking in these cracks and crevices to see if there's any targets, because big old trees like this, sometimes there was a lot of activity around them for various reasons. And nothing under this one. That's the peak right up there. I thought there'd at least be some signals up here, but I'm just not getting anything at all. That's my shovel. But we'll keep working at it, and hopefully we come up with something. If not, I have definitely enjoyed coming up here. Really cool spot up here on the top of this hill. I don't know why I haven't come up here since I've moved here yet, but I wanted to meet the neighbor first, obviously, and ask him if he minded me looking around. And it's in the summer, there are so many thorn bushes and stuff in through here. I even got pricked through the dead ones all through my legs on the way up here today, but this is as bare as it's gonna get, because in the summer, I mean, this is all thick thorns and brush, and it's tricky to get up here. So now is definitely the time to metal detect. And maybe while I'm up here, the snowstorm will come through. Should be up here in about an hour, so maybe we'll stay up here and see what it looks like. Okay, this is really weird. This is a dying tree here that died right at the knot. Looks like a donut sitting up on top of the tree. Now that is pretty funny. I could really go for a glazed donut right now. So it's been about 20 minutes since I had the camera on. I scaled back down the hill and I've just been looking around all these natural rocks here. Haven't had a single signal. I came back down by the Springhouse, which is pretty cool. You can tell, I wonder if there was an old one here. You can tell they rebuilt it. They have a pipe coming out this side, and they just kind of melded it right in to all this natural rock here, which is pretty cool the way they built this. And I just started looking around here, seeing if I could find anything. I just wanted to show you around here for a second. And I got a signal right over here. And actually, my camera battery's about ready to die. So I ain't gonna do this live, but let me show you the signal here. It's not an iron signal, it's very high conductive, but it's a big signal. Ringing up really high though, so this could be something interesting. I'll dig it up, we'll see what it is. I've been working on the signal for almost 5 minutes. I'm almost a foot deep. I don't know what this is gonna be, but I just pulled this big thick piece of pottery out of the hole. So that was pretty interesting, but I'm still working on it, man. I mean, it is down there. I don't know what it is, but I'm really curious now. So yeah, we might have found a little interesting spot here to come back to. But let's see what's in this hole. That hole. Well, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get it out. I'll have to come back, but you can hear it right there. It is definitely a huge piece of iron. I don't know what it is, but I'm not going to be able to get it out with a small hand shovel. I mean, it is massive. So yeah, maybe we'll come back and dig that out another time, see what it is. You can see how deep that hole is there, but I did find this piece of pottery in that hole, which was pretty neat. So I'm going to keep looking around this little spring house here. Maybe we can pop up something old, like an old coin, or maybe an old buckle, or who knows what. I came back over by the barn, by the side of my place. I've never been on this side of the fence before, and got a first for me. It was about 5 inches deep. Looks like I got a little mule shoe. That's pretty cool. I found a lot of horseshoes over the years, but never a little one like that. That's pretty neat. I'll have to display that in the house. That's a cool one. Nice intact little mule shoe. We'll keep looking around for a little bit. Alright, I got my other battery pack and I crawled back under the fence. Let's dig some more holes. Okay, so I wanted to show some of the stuff I dug up. I dug a few holes before I turned the camera on. I found a mason jar lid in that hole. Yeah, down in behind the barn there's all kinds of targets. In this hole I just found the a fence topper, and down over here my septic tank's about right there. And I'm assuming over the years maybe they threw all kinds of crap down over the hill here, who knows. But here I saw a silver glint on a real high signal, and I started pulling it out, and that almost looks like an old sink stopper. Huh, too funny. Alright, well, I'll keep looking around here. At least there's stuff. Alright, I'm under my deck now by the cellar, because this was an addition, and back in the day this would have been old ground. I plan on going in my crawl space soon and metal detecting under there, but it is super wet right now, so we're not going to do that. As soon as I started swinging under here, that's a little piece of plastic something, and you can see it right on top. Got a little, tiny little shell casing. I guess that's a 22. And yeah, let's keep swinging under here. I think while somebody was cleaning their guns or going through their stuff on the deck, you can see the cracks up there. There is a mess of those little shell casings down under here. I don't even need the metal detector, it's just going off like crazy. They are all through here. There's a pull tab. My goodness, there's all kinds of signals under here. There's another one right there. Okay, well, let's keep looking, see if we can find any signals other than this type of crap. I am back out now by the front of the house, and I haven't been out here for a while, and I got a signal I'm going to do live just in case it's something really good. Now, in this back part of the yard, there has been a lot of molten aluminum, but I haven't dug any yet today. But let me see if I can lock onto this signal. Where'd it go? Yeah, really nice high conductive signal, kind of right in the penny dime range. So just in case this is something good, we're going to do this one live. Ground's really soft here, where the tree roots have died from over the years. So hopefully this is a coin. Well, it's pretty shallow, whatever it is. I wore through my gloves today. Yeah, I think that's just a ball of aluminum. Not sure why all this is over here, but it was about halfway between here and the front steps is where I found the 1800s Indian head penny. So you never know what I missed in here. I'll keep looking. Now this tree stump's really rotten out, and when these trees were babies, you know, the roots grow extensively over all this, so you never know what kind of targets could be underneath them, because this is the front lawn, and I found a lot of stuff around these old trees. So this one's kind of rotted out down underneath, so I'm taking my pinpointer and I'm going down underneath it to see if there's any signals down in there. Man, that really goes down. I think an animal might have dug this out further too, so hopefully a groundhog doesn't jump out of here and bite my finger off. But Not really getting any signals down under there. Hey, but worth a shot. You don't know unless you try. Well, I had to get at least one coin for you guys, so I came over into the driveway and started looking. I've never looked in my driveway before. And about 2 inches down in the gravel there, got a zinc penny. 1995 it looks like. So there you go, I got you guys a coin today. And that's probably going to be the last one. It is getting cold out here, and I can tell the storm is getting ready to come through. Alrighty, since this video is a little bit more laid back, I wanted to show the finds cleaned up from the last hunt I posted, because I never showed most of this, in exception to the Morgan dollar. Now, a lot of people were asking me what I got to keep, and I'm not going to go over the story again because I've shared it about 2 times on the channel now, and it's kind of an ongoing thing, so I'll link to that video below. But anyhow, she wanted to keep the Morgan dollar in exchange for letting me have the other finds, which I agreed to, but then I started talking with her more, and she agreed to sell me the Morgan dollar, and I told her I would give her the full value and even a little more because I would really like to keep it. And I didn't have cell service at her house, so I told her that I would give her $30 for it, because I knew it was probably worth between like 25 and 28 bucks. So I told her I'd give her $30 for it, and then I would look it up when I got home, and if it happened to be one that was a little bit more rare, I would pay her more to be, you know, fair to her. But turns out it's one of the more common ones. It's worth about $27, $28 in that condition. So I paid her $30 for the Morgan dollar I found, and then got to keep everything. So anyway, a couple really cool finds that day. One which was a bucket lister. These 3 finds right here came from the 1940s brick house I hunted earlier in the day, and then this was all in like 45 minutes at the amazing 1870s brick place. But this was amazing because I never thought I'd find one of these in the United States. This was actually a bucket list coin for me, and I didn't even have to go to France to find it, so what a bonus. It is a 20 francs from 1953. It's got the rooster on it. I really like these coins. I've had some in my foreign coin collection when I was growing up, and I can't believe I dug one. But yeah, I got a little bit of a shock when I pulled that out of the ground. You can see that gold color. But I was pretty sure it wasn't an actual gold coin when I was digging it up, because it would ring up. This is like kind of some kind of aluminum alloy, and it rang up really high, so I knew it wasn't real gold, but just amazing. Then I found a 1943 Mercury Dime in that yard, and I did find some wheat pennies at both places, but they're not here. And then this is that Esso gas station key fob that I found. I called it a pendant in the other video or when I dug it, but this is one of those old things you'd put on your keychain, and then if you lost your keys, whoever found it could mail it back to you. So it's an awesome little key fob there from Esso, which someone pointed out in the comments, you are correct. Esso is now Exxon. They changed the name some time ago, and it says put a tiger in your tank. And then for the other place, that pocket watch I found, I haven't decided if I want to try to break it open yet, but it does have a marking on the top of the loop there. I'm not sure how well you can see it, but I think it says SFG or maybe SPG. But you can see it kind of on the top of the loop there, and it looks like there might be a mark to the left of that too. But I haven't decided if I want to try to bust it open or not yet to see what markings are in the inside of it. But really cool sterling silver piece. That was a major bucket lister as well, a silver pocket watch. I found many pocket watches over the years of metal detecting. I've been doing this about 6 years now. Lots of pocket watches, but never a precious metal one before, except for gold and silver plated ones, but never, you know, solid. So that was really cool. This was probably catching your eye in the photo when I finished up the last video. This is just some sort of replica. It's not one of the ancient Chinese coins. Now, I have found the real ancient Chinese coins before, and even one last year, but this is just some kind of reproduction. Found it at the, oh yeah, I forgot this was at that first place too. It's close to the surface, and it really gave me a scare, but not really sure what it's for, but it says Mandarin, 35 years. Just some sort of replica. Really cool though. It's huge. It's like almost the size of a silver dollar. You can imagine my heart racing when I found that. But once I saw the markings on it and how big it was, I actually started laughing because I knew it was some sort of replica. But anyway, to the silvers at that place, I ended up with a 1904 Barber dime, 1941 silver Washington quarter, and then 3 Mercury dimes, 1919, which I think that one had a mint mark. Yeah, 1919S, pretty worn, but pretty good date on that one. And then a 1939 and 1943, both Philadelphia mint. And this is actually one of the better tokens I've found in that yard. The soil was really nice on the stuff there too. But you can see here, this says Judicial, Legislative, and Executive, CCCC, which stands for Citizens Committee for Court and Constitution, and it has a date on it of 1937. So that is a really cool historical token, and I'm really happy to have that. And then we may as well show this for a second for anybody else who hasn't seen it up close. But there is the 1886 New Orleans Morgan dollar that came out of the ground. Absolutely blew me away. And you can see that scratch I was talking about in one of my past videos when I was explaining the situation about how the lady ran into her house and started cleaning it. But she put a really nasty wipe in the top right side of it there. You can see all the hairline scratches, but hey, still an awesome Morgan dollar and happy to have it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video and this little wrap up here. So when I'm able to get back out and do more metal detecting, I'll let you know what I get. Take care and happy treasure hunting.